What we're about to show you is sitting on Petbarn shelves right now, and it's killing pets across Australia. 10 products that employees desperately want to warn you about but can't because corporate policies forbid them from speaking the truth. Items so dangerous that staff members have nicknamed them emergency room specials and vet bill generators. We're talking about products that have been linked to thousands of emergency surgeries, kidney failure cases, and even pet deaths. Yet they remain on shelves because they generate massive profit margins for the company. Products that employees know cause the most returns, the most customer complaints, and the most heartbroken families, but they're contractually obligated to keep selling them. This isn't about isolated quality control failures. This is about systematic deception where dangerous products are deliberately placed at eye level, where high-risk items get the biggest promotional displays, and where staff are given sales targets on products they know are harming animals. One former manager told us about internal memos warning staff about certain products causing digestive blockages, but those same products were featured in the weekly specials. Another employee revealed how they're trained to deflect safety questions and redirect customers toward high-margin items, even when they know those products are dangerous. But here's what makes this even more disturbing. The company knows. Internal documents show they're aware of the injury reports, aware of the emergency surgeries, aware of the pet deaths. And they've made a calculated decision that lawsuit settlements and product returns cost less than removing dangerous items from their shelves. For generations, we trusted pet retailers to protect our companions, believing that regulation meant safety, that popular products were tested and approved. We were betrayed by an industry that sees our pets as profit opportunities, not family members. Don't let them get away with it anymore. Stay with us, because we're about to expose every dangerous product they're hiding in plain sight. We investigated internal Petbarn training documents, employee testimonials, emergency veterinary clinic injury reports across Australia, product return databases, customer complaint records, corporate profit margin analysis on dangerous products, and former employee whistleblower accounts. These are the 10 products Petbarn employees desperately want you to avoid. And by the end, we'll show you which alternatives actually deserve your money. Let's expose them. Number 10. Multicolored kibble. The so-called rainbow deception sits prominently on Petbarn shelves, marketed as fun, colorful food that appears to contain vegetables and variety. It appeals to owners who want diversity for their pets, but employees silently cringe when they see customers reaching for these bags. Their unspoken rule: if the food looks like confetti, put it back immediately. What's actually in these rainbow kibbles? Artificial dyes like red 40 and yellow 5 create that fake vegetable appearance, while high fructose corn syrup or sugar provides the soft texture. The primary ingredient is usually cornmeal, not actual vegetables, despite what the colors suggest. Here's the deception that Petbarn won't tell you. Dogs and cats are essentially colorblind when it comes to reds and greens. Those bright colors exist solely to trick humans, not pets. These unnecessary chemicals serve no nutritional purpose whatsoever. Even worse, the semi-moist kibbles use corn syrup to maintain their texture, which increases diabetes risk in senior pets and causes dental decay in aging animals. The corporate truth? Petbarn knows perfectly well that these colors are meaningless to pets. They stock these products because they carry higher profit margins than plain kibble. The marketing targets human emotions, not pet nutrition. When we analyzed price versus value, we found these products consistently use bright colors to distract from ingredient labels. Those vegetables you think you're seeing? They're non-existent, despite the colorful appearance. You're paying premium pricing for cornmeal with food coloring, essentially paying extra for chemicals that harm your pet. Number 9. Cheap plastic food and water bowls. Petbarn staff secretly call these the bacteria factory. These colorful, inexpensive bowls seem like a practical choice. They cost pennies to make, but sell for dollars. What's concerning is that staff secretly recommend stainless steel, but can't explain why on the sales floor due to corporate policies. The material breakdown reveals porous plastic that develops microscopic scratches, potential BPA, and chemical leaching from cheaper plastics, and none of the antimicrobial properties found in stainless steel or ceramic alternatives. Here's what employees can't tell you. These plastic bowls become bacteria sponges. Those microscopic scratches trap bacteria and saliva permanently and cannot be cleaned out with normal washing. This leads directly to chin acne and infections in cats and dogs. For pets with compromised immune systems, the chemical leaching dangers from cheaper plastics pose serious risks, particularly for senior pets with weakened systems. The truth behind closed doors: Petbarn knows plastic bowls harbour dangerous bacteria. They keep selling them because there are massive profit margins on products that cost pennies to make. Staff receive explicit training not to discuss these health risks on the sales floor. The real economic impact comes from allergic reactions. Contact dermatitis on noses and chins from plastic allergies requires expensive medication. The veterinary treatment costs far exceed what you'd pay for a quality stainless steel bowl. It's a false economy that leads to ongoing medical expenses for your pet. Number 8. Heavily scented clay litter. Employees have nicknamed this the respiratory nightmare. It's marketed with appealing names like Fresh Linen or Spring Meadow scented, appealing to owners who want pleasant-smelling homes. What staff won't tell you is that they see constant returns when cats refuse to use litter boxes with these products. The ingredient breakdown reveals heavy dust particles from cheap clay processing, artificial fragrances, chemical scent enhancers, and no natural odor control, just masking chemicals. The truth employees can't share: these products create sensory overload for cats, who have a sense of smell 14 times stronger than humans. What seems like a pleasant floral scent to you is offensive and overwhelming to your cat. This regularly causes litter box aversion and house soiling accidents. Worse, the heavy dust triggers asthma attacks in cats and causes respiratory issues in seniors living in small spaces. Those artificial fragrances irritate sensitive respiratory systems. Corporate knows scented litters cause litter box problems, but continues selling them because of higher profit margins on chemically enhanced products. They train staff to blame returns on finicky cats, rather than acknowledging the flawed product design. The hidden costs are significant. Cats ingest perfumed clay dust when cleaning their paws, which accumulates in their digestive tract, causing irritation. You'll end up paying for veterinary treatment for respiratory and digestive issues, plus carpet cleaning costs from litter box avoidance accidents. Number 7. Generic pyrethrin flea collars. Staff secretly call these the chemical burn factory. They're positioned next to premium brands at a fraction of the price, appealing to budget-conscious pet owners. But as employees whisper among themselves, "You get what you pay for," applies heavily here. The ingredients include older chemical formulations using concentrated pyrethrins, cheaper manufacturing with inconsistent chemical distribution, and no safety testing for sensitive or elderly pets. The danger employees aren't allowed to warn you about: these cheaper formulations are linked to tremors and seizures and cause severe skin burns in sensitive pets. They're particularly dangerous for older pets with thinning skin. They also create a false security trap. Their erratic effectiveness leaves homes vulnerable to infestations, while full-blown flea problems are exhausting and expensive to resolve. Meanwhile, the chemical burns they cause require immediate veterinary treatment. Petbarn knows generic collars cause chemical burns, but keeps them on shelves because they have the highest profit margins on the cheapest, most dangerous formulations. Staff are actively discouraged from discussing safety differences between brands. The real cost comes in skin irritation consequences. Hair loss and painful rashes around the neck area lead to emergency veterinary visits for chemical burn treatment. Add flea infestation cleanup costs when collars fail, and those false savings quickly become expensive medical emergencies. Number 6. Retractable leashes. Employees have a dark nickname for these: the accident generator. They're marketed as a convenient way to give dogs freedom and appeal to owners wanting flexibility in walks. But trainers and staff secretly hate these due to significant safety risks they can't openly discuss. The product breakdown reveals thin cord or tape mechanisms prone to failure, locking mechanisms that often malfunction under pressure, and 20-foot lengths that create uncontrollable situations. What staff desperately wish they could tell you: these leashes create serious fall risks for seniors. The thin cords wrap around legs, causing friction burns and create tripping hazards, leading to dangerous falls. They're particularly dangerous for elderly owners with balance issues. Even more concerning is their emergency control failure. The locking mechanisms fail when needed most and are too slow to engage during aggressive dog encounters, leaving pets defenseless at the end of a 20-foot line. Corporate knows retractable leashes cause injuries, but continues promoting them due to high profit margins on products that seem innovative. Staff receive training to emphasize convenience over safety concerns. The hidden costs appear in neck injury potential. Sudden jerks cause tracheal and spinal injuries, particularly dangerous for older dogs with fragile necks. You'll pay for emergency veterinary treatment for neck trauma and potentially face lawsuit liability when leashes cause human injuries. But here's where things get truly disturbing. The next 5 products we investigated have been directly connected to emergency surgeries, kidney failure, and pet deaths. Yet they remain prominently displayed because they generate the highest profit margins for Petbarn. Before we expose the products that employees call surgery generators, take a second to subscribe and click like. It helps push this investigation to the pet owners who desperately need to see it. Let's continue. Number 5. Grain-free food without vet approval. Staff have a grim nickname for this category: the heart killer. Once the hottest trend in premium pet nutrition, these products are marketed as natural, ancestral diet for dogs. What's not prominently mentioned is that the FDA has investigated links to fatal heart disease. The ingredients typically include heavy amounts of peas, lentils, and potatoes instead of grains. These boutique brands emphasize clever marketing over nutritional science, with high legume content that may interfere with nutrient absorption. The warning employees can't share. Studies correlate grain-free diets with dilated cardiomyopathy, DCM, a fatal heart condition even in breeds not usually prone to it. The FDA investigation documented hundreds of cases. The reality is that premium pricing is based on marketing, not nutritional research. It convinces loving owners to pay more for a potentially dangerous diet, with natural claims hiding the lack of scientific backing. Petbarn knows about FDA heart disease warnings, but continues promoting grain-free due to higher profit margins. Staff are discouraged from discussing DCM risks with customers. The economic reality reveals a nutritional imbalance. Older dogs need heart-healthy taurine for cardiac function, but legume-heavy diets may block taurine absorption. Heart disease treatment costs thousands in veterinary care, meaning you're paying premium prices for a potentially fatal nutritional imbalance. Number 4. Smoked or cooked bones. The veterinary community calls these the tooth destroyer. They look natural and delicious on shelf displays and are marketed as a healthy, natural chewing option. What's not mentioned is that they're notorious among vets for causing slab fractures of teeth. The product breakdown reveals hard, brittle bones that splinter when chewed. Cooked bones lose their natural flexibility and become dangerous, creating large fragments that don't break down in the digestive system. The danger employees can't discuss: these products lead to catastrophic dental bills. Rock-hard bones cause broken teeth requiring extractions, with dental surgeries costing thousands of dollars, a devastating expense for retirees on fixed incomes. The splintering danger is real. Cooked bones splinter into sharp shards, risking puncture wounds in the mouth, throat, or stomach. Unlike raw bones, cooking makes them brittle and dangerous. Petbarn knows cooked bones cause dental fractures, but continues selling them due to high profit margins on products that look natural. Staff training emphasizes natural benefits, not safety risks. The hidden costs appear in gut impaction consequences. Large fragments cause severe constipation in older dogs whose slower digestive tracts can't process bone fragments. This often requires emergency surgery for intestinal blockages, turning a simple treat into a life-threatening medical emergency. Number 3. Budget, bulk kibble, corn and wheat heavy. Staff call this the empty calorie trap. Its tempting price tag appeals to retirees watching weekly spending, marketed as an economical feeding solution. What employees know but can't say is that cheap food costs the most in the long run. The ingredients are packed with corn, wheat, and soy fillers instead of quality protein, with minimal bioavailable nutrition requiring larger portions and low-quality ingredients that stress digestive systems. The truth behind the bargain: this creates an empty calorie trap where pets must eat more to feel full due to poor nutrition. This leads to faster weight gain and joint strain, particularly dangerous for senior pets with arthritis. The hidden vet bill's reality is that long-term feeding causes dull coats and chronic allergies. Lethargy and health problems require frequent vet visits, and poor nutrition leads to expensive supplement needs. Petbarn knows budget kibble causes health problems but promotes it because it has the highest profit margins on lowest quality ingredients. Staff training emphasizes value over nutritional quality. The digestive waste economics are simple. Less bioavailable nutrition means more waste production and more cleanup for owners, while less nutrition is actually absorbed. You'll pay veterinary costs for nutrition-related health problems, making this false economy lead to expensive long-term consequences. Number 2. Unbranded jerky treats. Employees grimly refer to these as the kidney destroyer. They appear as healthy, protein-rich treats with lower prices that appeal to budget-conscious owners. What's not mentioned is that the jerky treat crisis of the past decade still haunts the industry. The ingredient investigation reveals sourcing from obscure manufacturers with questionable standards, vague labeling like "packed in USA" that hides foreign sourcing, and tough, chemically preserved meat that's difficult to digest. The danger staff can't warn you about. These treats are historically linked to thousands of kidney failure cases, causing Fanconi syndrome in previously healthy dogs. Many are sourced from overseas regions with lax safety standards. The sourcing transparency deception includes "made in USA" claims while ingredients are sourced globally, often from countries with minimal safety oversight, using misleading labeling to trick trusting consumers. Petbarn knows about kidney failure connections but continues selling these products due to high profit margins on cheap sourcing. Staff are discouraged from discussing the jerky treat crisis history. The real costs appear in digestion consequences. Tough jerky sits in the stomach, causing lethargy and vomiting, particularly dangerous for older dogs with slower digestion. Kidney failure treatment costs tens of thousands of dollars, turning budget treats into catastrophic medical expenses. Number 1. Bleached rawhide chews. This is the product employees most dread seeing in customer baskets, the infamous digestive time bomb. These classic treats are staples on shelves, but staff members cringe when they see them in customer baskets. They're widely considered ticking time bombs for digestion. The processing reveals treatment with harsh chemicals to achieve that white appearance, bleach and artificial preservatives to prevent rotting, creating a product that becomes slippery and gummy when wet, resulting in choking hazards. The danger employees wish they could shout, these pose serious choking hazards for senior pets. They become slippery and gummy when wet, creating a massive choking risk for older dogs. They cause intestinal blockages requiring emergency surgery, a financial shock for anyone on fixed income. The chemical cocktail reality is that bleach treatment introduces unnecessary toxins, and artificial preservatives accumulate in organs. They're particularly dangerous for pets with compromised immune systems. Petbarn employees nickname these emergency room specials because they have the highest profit margins on products causing the most injuries. Staff see constant returns and customer horror stories. The digestive distress economics are staggering. They're notoriously difficult for older dogs to digest, and slower metabolisms can't process chemically treated rawhide. Emergency surgery for blockages costs thousands, turning cheap treats into the most expensive veterinary emergencies. These 10 products all generate massive profit margins for Petbarn. The highest markup items are also the most dangerous. Staff are trained to push high-margin products regardless of safety, with sales targets set on items causing the most customer complaints. Corporate policies prioritize profits over pet safety. Internal memos warn about dangerous products, yet those same products are featured in weekly specials and promotional displays. Staff are contractually forbidden from discussing safety concerns. The injury patterns never made headlines. Emergency surgeries from rawhide blockages, kidney failure from contaminated jerky treats, chemical burns from cheap flea collars, and heart disease from grain-free diets. This is Australia's pet retail industry, and most pet owners have no idea their trust is being systematically exploited. 30 years ago, pet stores were small, local businesses that knew their customers. Store owners had personal relationships with pet families. Product selection was curated based on safety and effectiveness. Staff could speak honestly about product quality. But the corporate takeover in the 1990s to 2000s changed everything. Large chains bought out local pet stores. Corporate policies replaced personal customer service. Profit margins became the primary product selection criteria. Staff training focused on sales targets, not pet safety. The lies they sold us? Bigger stores mean better product selection. Corporate oversight ensures higher safety standards. Trained staff provide expert product recommendations. Popular products must be safe and effective. Today's devastating reality: staff are forbidden from discussing product safety concerns. Dangerous products get the biggest promotional displays. Sales targets prioritize high-margin items over pet welfare. Customer complaints are ignored if products generate profits. The truth they hid? Local pet stores actually provided safer product curation. Corporate policies prioritize profits over pet safety. Staff training focuses on sales manipulation, not pet expertise. Popular products are often dangerous because they're profitable. But there are products actually worth buying. Instead of bleached rawhide, choose Benebone Wishbone, made from real flavoring and safer materials, with no chemicals, designed to be safely chewed and digested. Instead of budget kibble, try Origin Regional Red, 85% animal ingredients, no fillers. Yes, there's a higher cost per bag, but better nutrition per serving. Instead of plastic bowls, use stainless steel bowls, antimicrobial, dishwasher safe, with no chemical leaching and nowhere for bacteria to hide. Instead of retractable leashes, choose fixed-length leather or nylon leashes for better control and safety for both pet and owner in emergency situations. Why do these cost more? Real ingredients cost more than fillers and chemicals. Safety testing and quality control increase production costs. Smaller profit margins mean less promotional support. Better materials and manufacturing processes add to the price. But here's what should truly concern you. If pet retailers can systematically sell dangerous products, what about other industries? The same corporate prioritization of profits over safety exists across retail. Regulatory agencies often fail to protect consumers from corporate greed. The baby food heavy metal scandal follows identical patterns. Dangerous products remain on shelves despite known risks, corporate profits are prioritized over child safety, and staff are forbidden from discussing safety concerns with customers. And here's the bigger question. If this is happening with something as simple and universal as pet food, what else in our homes might not be what it claims to be? Don't let these corporations profit from your love for your pets. Subscribe now to see our next investigation into the pet food industry's darkest secrets. Like this video so more pet owners can protect their companions. And comment below with which of these products you've unknowingly purchased before. Your experience could save another pet's life.